To be quite honest, I don't. As you all know, I am a political rookie, so I don't know what a disciplinary committee is meant to do. But my sense was that it would gather the facts as you described, and it would make a recommendation to the CEC.
You would assume that the panel looking into this matter would be disinterested from the episode and the surrounding circumstances. That means no personal interest, no involvement in the facts for which they're supposed to investigate. Would that be a fair assumption as no doubt a rookie member, as you called yourself?
I understand. I think that if there was anything material, I trust that the leadership would have shared that with us.
When you gave your approval for the formation of this DP as a member of the CEC, did you know at that point in time that Ms. Khan had already confessed that she had lied on the 3rd of August to Mr. Pritam Singh on the 7th of August?
No, I did not.
Did you know at the point in time that Ms. Khan had not only on the 7th of August confessed to Mr. Singh, but on the 8th of August confessed to Mr. Singh, Ms. Sylvia Lim and Mr. Faisal Manap about her untruth on the 3rd of August?
No, I did not. I had trusted the party leadership that if that was relevant, if that was material, they would have shared that with us. Yeah. If she had shared with the leadership and the leadership said, we hear you, we would like you to nevertheless subsequently tell the truth, but we'll give you some time. In my view, the fact that they knew would not have been material, would not have been relevant. This would be consistent with, as you said, the narrative that Pritam, Mr. Singh, had shared. If instead it is consistent with the narrative that Raisa has shared, that they had told her to, in her words, take it to the grave, then that would be relevant and material. So for me, whether it would have been relevant or material would have depended on the context.
Yep.
And I had trusted at the time, and still do, that they kept that whatever material, if it was material, they would have shared that with me. So given that they did not, I trusted that it was not material.
But to you, as a CEC member, would it not be relevant to consider whether or not Ms. Khan had confessed when she did so, or whether she had followed instructions, as in the case of what Mr. Singh is telling us, that he had given her some instructions, she disobeyed? Would all these facts be relevant or irrelevant to you as a CEC member determining the fate that is to befall one of your teammates?
I think I've explained earlier on, it just depends on the context. If they had instructed her to keep this information, this untruth to the grave, yes, that would have been material. But if they felt that they wanted to give her space, as Mr. Singh had shared, and what was important at that time, at the time of deliberation, was the rest of the facts of the case, then for me that would not have been material.
So what's important is that it has to be laid before you, and then you will make up your mind whether it's relevant or not.
I wouldn't, no, I don't think I would say that. I would say that ultimately, in a sense, it depends on the truth of the matter.
She wanted to speak to all the Sengkang MPs to get the advice on what to do moving forward. And you reply on the same day, shortly after a message that you were, and I quote, "I am for second chances. Moreover, I believe that being an MP was a decision by the electorate, and hence removal is not a decision that should be taken by the party." All that said, the feedback I've received, that means you received, both from within the party and without, has been overwhelmingly, about 90%, although feedback providers are always more polarized than the majority.
That's a
negative
academic qualification for you, but yes.
negative insofar as continuing in the role is concerned. So the bottom line is that you need to reflect on not just what the implications of continuing would be for not just yourself and the people of Sengkang, which seems to be mixed, but also the impact on the party, especially in terms of morale among volunteers and the overall reputation of the party.
Yes.
In an ideal world, I like that we adopt a different, more compassionate approach to errors. Thus far, however, we seem to be living in a society that isn't such.
And the feedback I received was that there was overwhelmingly no way that they would be comfortable with working with someone that had lied. And I did not ask them whether the fact that she repeated it mattered. I think it was, and I think this is for any layman, it would be something along the lines of this: the fact that she is willing to lie on the record, even once in Parliament, was sufficient to disqualify her as an honest representative.